Hello, good morning, or whenever you are receiving this message. Ooh, maybe you're receiving some cash. Wouldn't that be nice? Did you win the lottery? Did you play the lottery? That's the question, right? Can't win if you don't play. Okay, so take the messages that resonate, leave out the ones that don't. If you've never seen a tarot reading before, I don't know if I'm going to get into the tarot, but I'm definitely doing some conversation deck today. These are cards that I have made, and I may do some oracle cards. Okay, let's see how far we get. And I had the Today Show on here earlier, and they were, oh, look at that. Yeah, hydrate if it's going to be hot where you're at, right? 4th of July weekend. They had some good tips about sunscreen. The dermatologist's name is Dr. Michelle Henry, and she had some really good tips from the Today Show. I think she appears on the Today Show regularly, so I would actually check that stuff out because I learned some things about sunscreen. I'm in my 4th decade of life. By then you figure you've learned what you've needed to know to survive, at least, right? But I learned a few things about sunscreen today, which was very good. And not only that, she pointed out some good things to know in general that are good reminders every season. Okay. Ooh. Somebody may be wanting your attention, collective. So this is going to be a romance reading, okay? And I say romance because it could turn, karmic. I'm just saying. Because if you're somebody who's desperate for love, or else you're taking advantage of somebody, it's probably not going to work out, right? Anyway. Tired of dating. Alexa, play So Tired by The Kinks. Tired of Waiting for You by The Kinks from Spotify. Yeah. So I also saw on the news about increase in traffic for travel. So for your travel plans, of course, allow extra time. And there was up to going to be 72 million people traveling, I believe, including plane, air travel. So playtime, yeah. 4th of July, summer is often playtime, right? You're going having fun, you're going boating, you're hopefully wearing your life jacket. You got some little floaties on you, or you're tied to your flotation cooler, right? I want to be hitched again, somebody is saying. Okay, so somebody out there has been married previously, but they're willing to take the plunge a second time, all right? Or maybe a third time or a fourth time. I mean, Elizabeth Taylor was married, what, seven or eight times? Liza was only married 3 or 4 times, right? Did you even count the last one to that? Anyway. So sorry, I love Liza. Okay. I'm a Judy, somewhere over the rainbow, sing it for me, mama, right? Come on. Does that woman, she just always had, that big expression of heart and, those eyes like her mother's. Oh my God. Are you seeing anyone? This person, wants to know because they're tired of dating. Yeah, this might be one of those things, collective, where it's not that they actually want something with, your uniqueness, but they might be just looking to get off the market type thing. Some people, you know what I'm saying, they want to be married again. Because maybe when they were married previously, they had it pretty good or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're like, "Oh, you're available." Like, there you go. Um, yeah. Reminds me of that one wedding I was at. One of my cousins. I don't even remember. I have so many. Anyway, this was so very long. I think I was in college at the time. Okay, so at least 20 years ago, right? And I think my aunt, one of my many aunts, was concerned about my social life. So since I wasn't like, actively dancing with somebody on the, during the party or whatever, during the reception, she was like, trying to set me up with the DJ type thing. And the reason I know this, and it wasn't just dancing, because, she was like, I was like, well, they live in this state and I live in that state. And they were like, so? Like, I was just going to start some instant relationship with the DJ because we happen to both be single. Like, so we awkwardly danced together. And yeah, that was that, right? And, since he was the DJ, he had to finish out the night, right? Like, but I get it. When you're an entertainer, people see you in the public, so you're, and collective, this could be one of those things where you are just somebody who is like a natural salesperson type thing. I went on this golf outing once, and somebody was like, oh yeah, he's like, yeah, my wife doesn't know a stranger, and she's very talkative. She's a marketing person, and I mean, I got along with her. We had nice conversation during the outing. Anyway, um, and then I ran into another couple, and he happened to say the same thing about his wife. And as I saw her, like, and she just just naturally works the crowd, and then which, I can do that. I used to have to do that kind of when I was, performing more in public, at venues and stuff, because you have to go and like interact with your crowd and thank the people for coming. And do you know what I mean? Like, you're there because you want people to have a good time, right? This play thing. So, however you're thinking about this might be, the way, right? And also expressing gratitude for it is good as well, right? Because then you're going to know how to handle it better. And especially if this is somebody that you're just like, and they might be like, oh, well, you just play around. You're just a player. And it's like, well, no, part of my job and part of my personality is to be social. Sorry if I'm too extroverted for you. All I'm doing is having a simple conversation with somebody and being cordial and polite. It's not that difficult, right? And some folks can't play like that. They are just way too serious. Okay. And to me, that's some of the negative of the water signs, because it's that heavy emotional attachment. Okay. So that could be the thirstiness collective again. So just beware of that when you're getting into a dating relationship, especially somebody that comes on strong and claims that they want to be committed when, really they just want to be off the market. Some people are serial monogamous. Okay. They just have to be with somebody. Their preference is to be, I'll say it this way, their preference is to be partnered, but whether or not they're the best fit is kind of irrelevant to them at the time. They would just prefer to fill the need of being partnered. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that is on a lower vibration, because some of that could be because they're going to be homeless. Some of that could be just because they need sex. Some of that could be because they need financial stability. You know, there's social services for these types of things that we pay for as taxpayers. So don't let people guilt you into this either, being like, oh, if you were my friend, you'd be helping me. Be like, honey, I'm already helping you by paying my taxes and paying into society. Okay. And that's after the fact that you've already gotten probably over how much from me over the years. You know what I'm saying? Right? And it's like, last time I checked, nobody was bending over stuffing my pants full of fucking money. So, no te preocupes. Yeah, play, have fun, collective. Don't worry about these players. Friends, right? That's what this person is kind of want. They just want to be cruising with somebody. Okay, and it doesn't matter if it's you, it doesn't matter if it's somebody else. They just want to cruise with somebody. That's it. Okay, so maybe they need to go on one of them cruises where you can, where people are open. If they're just going to go cruise with anybody, right? They do sell booze on those things. Pop up. Okay, so this person could want to pop up on you. So I guess collective, just be aware of your surroundings. All right. I mean, I've literally had somebody like at an event, and it's like I hadn't seen that person in years, and the way that they like, ugh, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, I don't know you like that. So the fact that you even like thought you could come up on me like that is pretty disgusting. And I haven't seen you in years. And the last time I did see you, it was in church when you shook my hand in front of your fucking alleged wife. Are you still fucking married to that bitch? And you're coming up to women like you do from behind like a fucking creep? It's no wonder you were barred from that one bar I used to go to. Anyway, but you know, I'm the bad guy, right? Give me a fucking break. The man's had way too many interactions with way too many people other than me. Do you know what I'm saying? Some folks' behavior is not a coincidence. That's just their behavior. And it's because they're thirsty sons of bitches that can't get enough because people will tell them no and they don't like that. Doesn't mean you have to take it. CM. Anybody else got one of those? Creeps. Park. Yeah, you could be enjoying your time at the park this weekend. You know, especially if you're going to see fireworks, right? You know, sometimes people get those packages and stuff like that, or, you know, whatever. Yeah, that's through the weekend. Dun, dun, dun. You could be also spending time like not going anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? Like how they were talking on the Today Show about all those like 70, you know, some million travelers, right? You could be like, oh my God, that just sounds like a nightmare. Right? Like maybe you guys just got back from vacation, or maybe you just got, you know, done doing this and that and the other, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to go anywhere, right? Sometimes that happens too. Okay. So you could be getting together with friends, but it could be like on a different scale. All right. Again, this don't worry. I mean, I feel like the thing is collective, you know, you're going to be protected in the situation because they're nobody's going to try anything on you. Do you know what I'm saying? But sometimes they will like walk dangerously close to you. You know, where it's like if I still had a restraining order on this person, that technically would not be allowed right now. Do you know what I'm saying? People will do these things to test you. Okay. I mean, and when he did that, he was with his, alleged new significant other. It's like, again, why do you need to be walking close to me if you're so deliriously happy with somebody else? And I was happy that he was gone, too. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, ugh. Starseed. Yeah, you have like a higher purpose than whatever, whoever this energy is, felt for you. Okay. I'm just feeling something collective where you've really learned how to get out of the way, so to speak, and let the universe help guide you in this particular situation so that you don't have to worry anymore. Because when you were listening to other people, okay, I feel like this was more of a concern here, okay, with that kind of energy. All right. And it's almost like the universe was testing you to say, like, oh, well, would you go back to that person just to be partnered, right? This just to be partnered thing. Oh, God. Wow. That was a. Okay. I'm glad I'm out of that now. Again, this, the water signs have that emotional current, okay? Um, you know, kind of letting yourself release. There could be physical things that you might benefit from, collective. Instead of acting in these lower vibrations, right? What can we do? We can go get, you know, do a little bit of a self massage. You could actually go and get a massage, get a manicure, get a pedicure, right? Um, you can go running, go to the gym, go to the park, go outside, breathe fresh air. Okay. There's things that you can do to increase those endorphins, right? Okay. That don't involve getting wrapped up in somebody else's mess, right? Okay. So I feel like as long as you follow kind of this, you know, otherworldly guidance, and not what so and so wants you to do, and keep kind of like that childlike spirit that allows yourself to experience, these things that, everyone thinks that you need to be giving to everybody else. And it's like, well, why can't you experience that? Right, collective? Like, you deserve happiness, you deserve fun, right? Like, why does the world need to be on your shoulders? Right? So again, this thirst here, right? You can set it aside, right? And again, this came up the other day, especially if you are somebody who is self-employed, owns their own business, and you know how that is when you're working for yourself. It's basically like you're on call 24 hours a day. So like parents understand this, right? Like, yeah, they're like, they're sucking the life out of me, right? Um, again, collective, some people, they want to be partner because they cannot handle, normal stuff on their own. You know what I mean? They need to have somebody remind them like they were being parented, right? Um, but there's a lot of things that can help with that these days, like setting reminders, right? Um, using a planner, calendaring, you know, all sorts of wildly ancient, right? Tried but true. Okay. Okay. Let's get some of the Lover's Oracle. Okay, so this is again, the water energy. I'm sorry. I have water in my chart as well. I have all of the water signs in my chart, so don't think I'm leaving anybody out. And Scorpio was coming out the reading the other day. All right, that might be Scorpio up here being like, I'm tired of this already. Like, this is a whole mess. Right? Oh my goodness. know, guys. This Today Show on the background is like pretty good. It's the third hour. Maybe that's what they normally do in the third hour is like self-improvement or health and improvement type stuff. I guess you could say I don't typically watch the Today Show, but whatever time it is, it's holiday weekend, so it's kind of like things are getting done out of order. Like when I was doing errands yesterday, oh my god, it was so busy out. It's like, whoa, everybody and their brother had the same idea because it's like you have the holiday coming up. So anyway, let's get some Lovers Oracle cards and see if we can connect more a collective with some messages. My apologies, I cannot see the chat today due to my camera angle, and I do not have my laptop set up in front of me. Okay, so if anybody has been asking questions in the chat, I have been unaware. Okay, please do be kind to others in the chat. Yeah, drugs and alcohol. Don't act like you're all wigged out on this stuff, right? Why are you so thirsty? Okay. This person, instead of dating you, they could turn to that, right, as their like comfort or company. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, they don't want to be alone. I'm tired of dating. And you might be saying that too, collective, but at the same time you're like, okay, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, a requirement. It's a nice to have. Don't put up with my BS. Yeah, play. I'm just saying. Is that a quinky dink? Come on now. Yeah, I mean, you might be reading right through this person, and it's like, yeah. And you could say that's on the nice to have list if, and it's like, does it even come close to what your goals are, how you're aligned? I mean, you got to think about that. All right. Too nice. Don't deserve your kindness. Yeah, whoever this person is that wants to be partnered, again, they might just want to be partnered because they like somebody to take care of them. You are their government, okay? Do you know what I'm saying? Their life is a mess right now. Yeah, that's why they're saying, are you dating anyone? You're like, well, why don't we get together then? It's like, what do you mean, why don't we get together? And do what? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, people always be like, what are you doing? Okay, why do you want to know? And for what purpose? Good Lord. Your pickleball cancel on you? Partner canceling you? Okay, well then say so. You know what I mean? Like, but, a lot of this is on that lower vibration where it's not really, okay. Yeah, why can't they tell you the truth? Because they're operating out of a low vibration. So it might be mum's the word from them, and don't worry about it. So it's kind of like for you, no news is good news. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's a text you don't have to block or even look at. And we all know those kind of texts that we get, and we're just like, oh crap. It's like, I'm probably gonna have to block this person now because, that was a little unsolicited, and I don't exactly know you like that anyway. So, kind of like that dude was trying to pop up, and it's like, ugh. And again, it's like, isn't that fucker married? Like, ugh. It was just the grossest, creepiest, like, ugh. And I know somebody, like, quite personally that had an interaction, and this dude can be very, very patient with a lot of people. You know, it's even like under in their astrology sign, but like when they pop off, do you know what I mean? Like this, it was FAFO. You know, again, then who's the bad guy? Well, you know, so collective, that might make you also start to question, you know, who's around these, you know, they want to be the pop star in your life, right? Mhm. They want you in their little orbit. Oh my god. Ugh. Yeah. Isn't that in that Beck song? Is that what you thought love was for? I mean, yeah, talk about a lost cause. Because some of you be like, yeah. Why is it that you, so collective, all right. All right, so so again, getting out of the karmic spin zone, okay, because they're always there, right? It's just a matter of it's like playing a video game. You know, you're like, okay. So yeah, pop goes the weasel. You identify the weasel. You're not gonna go hang out with the weasel, right? So maybe, you know, part of what this person admires about you, you know, collective is your willingness to stand up, right? I'm kind of getting that, you know, patriotic type of, do you know what I mean? Just like wholesomeness type thing. Okay. You know what I mean? Where not everything has to be about something. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, done with that record, man. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. You. This so reminds me of one of my deadhead friends. You know, people like to talk at concerts, right? But well, it was in between. Like I was going over into her section. There was like some extra room there, and I was on my way to my spot anyway. So I stopped there for a minute, and I think some of the folks wanted to be like do all the introductions and stuff, but like the band was playing, and she was like, "I can't talk. I'm at a great dead concert right now." You know, in other words, like she's focused on the music, so you know, it's like we can save it for later when we get outside, right? Whatever. You know, like nothing personal. I just can't talk to you right now. That'd be like somebody trying to have a big old serious conversation with you in the middle of fireworks, and you're just like, well, one, I can't really hear what you're saying. Two, like, what? Why are you not just like watching the fireworks right now? You know what I'm saying? And so again, collective. Some of you could have that karmic type of energy around. Just saying. My, when it comes to that, but yeah, you know, where you're like, no offense, but I'm trying to chillax. Yeah. Okay. You know, maybe that's a fallacy of thinking about the water signs is that they want to talk about emotions and you know, I know the water signs live to live and being all in their emotions and stuff, but you know, it's like I can't talk to you now. So, you know, a hermit crab can go into a little shell and be like, sorry, bro, I'm taking a break. You know, and again, that could be that especially if you're a business owner and you're like, I gotta take a break. Like it's okay to take a break. The way I've treated you was wrong, this person says. So, I feel like, collective, that has not stopped you from going along your path. Okay. This person could have even targeted you. Okay. And that's the thing that I don't want you to worry about, right? This, don't worry. It's kind of like, when they talk about um these people that are have display narcissistic behavior, when they go after people, they go after people that are successful, they go after people that are, but then they, try and break you down over time, right? And make us try and feel not so great, right? um so yeah. um you haven't forgotten what makes you glow. Like, this didn't happen because of them and how they treated you. No, you were already this. This was inherent to you. It was just a matter of discovery on different levels and you agreeing with the greater purpose that you have and that you're serving. Okay. Not, you know, to be, hooked up with this person just because they can't hack it on their own at all. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't have a job. Well, what if you didn't have a place to live? You'd be pretty happy that you have a place to live right now, don't you? Just saying. All right, what are we at on time? Just over 30 minutes here. Let's go ahead, and since I was going to try and keep this a love reading, pull some of these romance angels. All right, what do the romance angels have to say? Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So, yeah, collective, maybe there was a time when you were more like desperate for love or whatever. But and maybe that was due to being around drugs and alcohol. Could be. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Okay. So, collective, like I was saying earlier, it's not that you don't want to be partnered. It's just not your like preference above everything, right? So you could be saying as well, yeah, you're kind of tired of dating. Maybe that's why you've taken a break, for some of you, from dating for a while, because you're just kind of like, whatever. Um, yeah. Heart to heart conversations honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Okay, this is on this don't put up with my BS card. And I feel like, collective, for some of you, yeah, your honest feeling is going to be like, look, I don't feel it. Like, I don't feel happy inside when I'm around you. Basically, it's like I feel more sad than happy. So, yeah, you're just going to say, I don't really care what else you have to say about it. And you could say, that's how I feel, and if you're expressing that you don't care, right, then the other person has to accept that at the end of the day, right? And you have to figure out a way to, move on, right? Release, yeah, literally release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Um, yeah, so for whoever maybe you were married at one time, maybe you're releasing this whatever. You know what I mean? You know, like there's people out there that are like, "Oh gosh, I can't believe you weren't with so and so, blah blah." You know what I mean? And you've had to deal with that. Right? And you're just like, "You know what? I don't want to run around bad mouthing whoever, but like I'm done defending. I'm done hiding." So like, you know what I'm saying, collective? Like if you get asked a direct question, like you're gonna answer it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and that's not yours to hold anymore, right? That's part of your justice of being, you know, officially separated or divorced, or you know what I mean, moved out of, you know, whatever, right? Passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Yeah. So people want to know if you're dating anyone because you're very passionate, okay? But yeah, there could be people trying to come in where their life is a bit of a mess right now. Okay. Try not to judge, but at the same time, like that doesn't mean give them free license to come and mess up your life. No, it does not. No, it does not. Right? So collectives, tiger's eyes, stay grounded, right? Like don't get swept away in the passion, right? You deserve love. You are lovable. Yeah. You deserve love, but like on terms that are acceptable, right? So there's no te preocupes. As long as you're focused on your target, you'll be fine. You know, um, why did you start listening to so and so to start shooting over there when you have, 20 years of experience on them? Okay, just saying, right? Like, don't go against your instinct. Okay, it's kind of what I'm getting here. That some of these people just want to be a distraction. And that's just not where you're at right now. I feel like you're very focused. Again, I feel like water signs get a very bad rap for being like flighty or like being so into their emotions that they're like, oh yeah, I'll just go with whoever, wherever, right? Type thing. Oh boy. I need to go attend to this. Sorry. Hang on, guys. Mhm. Yeah, I know. Watch out. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Unfortunately, he was so fast he left before I could kind of get up there to talk to him. Yeah, I can't talk to you now. He was on a mission. That's all right. I found my invoice, so. What else does romance angels have to say? This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Okay, so collective, you could have a date with this person. Maybe you're going to watch fireworks together, something like that. I'm also getting like maybe you both like running or something. Sorry, I'm not. I'm not an active runner, so. Okay. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Okay, yeah, this star seed energy here. Okay. So, collective, you tapping into this, all right, that's what's bringing you, instead of the wrong, it's bringing you the right. Okay. So you're not putting up with any BS around the situation. You're not engaging in arguments. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially this year, if you've already had this heart to heart conversation where you're like, look, we tried it, it didn't work. Time to move on, right? So, when you do that collective, you're opening up the door, right? Have you released the ex in your past, right? Playfulness, right? We got that earlier. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Yeah. The person that brings that out in you, right? That's kind of what you've been looking for. Okay. And that is a little bit opposite of, some folks that just want somebody else to take care of them so they can have that. But like, they're not looking to reciprocate that for you. And it's like, well, that's gonna be a pass, right? When it's like smash or pass. Pass. Okay. I think I have some time to pull some tarot. Remember, if this is not your message today, don't sweat it, right? Is that okay? Now it's not the Today Show anymore. Now it's Jenna and Friends. Did Jenna get a new haircut? I like it. The bob she has right now, the middle part. Jenna Bush, the host. She has Brooke Shields on. Brooke looks pretty good. I mean, because she's older. I'm in my 4th decade. I think she's in her 5th decade. King of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. So this person could be thirsty for you, collective, as a King of Pentacles, okay? Or they're looking at you as a King of Pentacles, like somebody that has the funds to give them a lifestyle. And that part of that lifestyle could be drugs and alcohol that they want you to fund. This is what came out, okay? So love yourself first, right? Ignoring those temptations, right? I think is going to be your best bet. Three of Wands. Okay. So you could be doing some traveling this weekend. Again, like so many Others. Oh my goodness, this dog. What is the problem? I'm not getting attention from Mama right now, I guess. Anyway, and this says Brownie here, and she's like in the kitchen. Like, I also feel like some of you could be, um, like, because it's cookout season, like maybe you're bringing the brownies, the potato salad, whatever it is, right? Okay. So this not wanting to be alone, it's like, no, you're not just hooking up with anybody or whatever. Maybe you're spending around, your loved ones, or do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, why is everybody worried about it? You could be saying that too. Like, why is everybody worried about my dating life? Because collective, you know that you're worth waiting for, right? It's like, if they don't like it, oh well. Who else are you supposed to be but yourself? Do you know what I mean? Like, you see all these people out here getting God knows what done to them, going under general anesthesia, and Jesus, it's just so that they don't think they're going to be alone. I mean, God, like, what have we become? Yeah, collective, I feel like you're just a million miles away from that, right? And that whole attitude of anything. Yeah, 10 of Swords. So, yeah, you're not putting up with this person's BS. You know, and they could be like, oh, well, what about this? And what about that? And you're like, yeah, I know how that turned out. I know how that turned out 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 times already. So, no, I don't want to give you, it goes to 11. It doesn't, this is the time when you might have to say, no, this relationship does not go to 11. It stopped actually like at 2 when it couldn't make the cut, but, you were just, now getting around to it, right? This could be like the slowest, worst breakup ever that somebody's having. Sorry, y'all. Page of Wands. Yeah, necromancy. Yeah, somebody wanting to bring it back from the dead, where you're just like, yeah, release your ex, and you're just like, no, honey, I released you. Remember, right? Or remember when we were already married and you didn't want to be with me then either? So yeah, I'm fully releasing you now. Like, you are on your own. Go for it. Like, for some of these folks, it's hard to understand because they've never had to figure their stuff out. It's always, working their magic on somebody else so that they can, like, grave rob you of your resources, dude. You wonder what's making you so tired, right? Just saying. 6 of Wands. Yeah, so this passion, I feel like you're really tapping into celebrating who you are, collective. Okay. This person might want to celebrate with you. Whether or not you let them is another story. And again, I'm not necessarily focused on a single karmic, a single collective entity, because our worlds are very big and vast. Okay. So you have to take this how it resonates with you. All right, in your present situation. Okay. It's not going to be the same for everybody. King of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Yeah, don't worry. You're looking good. You're lovable. Yeah. And that might be because you're exceeding this person's expectations. That's maybe why they're getting like stuck. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't really, let's be honest, collective. If they had any sense whatsoever of the success that you've even come close to achieving so far, they would have treated you a heck of a lot better. And maybe that's the thing, is that they don't want to tell you the truth of that's how they operate in life. because that's how they see people. And you know, that's where people start thinking like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't look good, and oh, maybe I should. No, God wants you to look good. Okay. Like that dermatologist on there talking to everybody about sunscreen. That's, your guides telling you to protect yourself so you can keep looking good. Okay? Whether or not you follow the advice is another story. But I'm here to tell you, part of your guides are saying you deserve love. You deserve that care. Okay? That Cancerian energy is big about self-care. Okay? So, getting that massage, trying out the salt bath or whatever, or, like adding that kind of stuff into your tub at home, right? Maybe you need um, like the Epsom salt soak on your feet or something, okay? Anything of that nature, right? Which some people will just say, well, that's a pedicure. Well, maybe, but maybe you just need a soak. All right. I mean, that's the water energy for you. 4 of Wands. Yeah, you have known each other before and when you knew it was good type thing. I feel like that's the type of energy that you're focused on, collective, okay? Um, that's what somebody else sees from you too, but that doesn't mean you're going back there with that person. Does that make sense? But you can still hang on to the positive attributes you have. See, other people think they can strip you from these attributes because they knew you one time or something, right? They think that they're collecting it like a video game, like video game coins or something off of you. I know it's disturbing, but that's how transactional brains work. Okay. Okay. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this could be the one. Yeah, slow and steady. Somebody, what's that song? Oh my God, I have not heard that in forever. I am the man who will fight for your honor. Yeah, that song. That was like in the 80s or something. Okay. I think it was in a movie too that was like kind of one of those deals. Okay. And you've already met the romantic partner you seek. So whoever this person is, collective, part of the reason that they would fight for your honor is because they understand like who you are. All right. And maybe where people didn't stand up for you before. And I feel like that person's doing that because they want to, not out of a transactional way. Okay. And that could be part of the reason why they can't talk to you right now as well, because they could be cleaning that part of their life up. Especially if they want to continue whatever type of friendship partnership with you. 4 of Cups. Yeah, the way this person treated you was wrong. Yeah, it was just too much. Too greedy of your time, energy, resources, where you're just like, yeah, I'm calling it quits on this. And then they're still coming here looking to see what they can get. Right? And it's like, dude, go away, ghoul. Are you foolish or what? Like, for all that talk, you do some dumbass shit, right? And you staying away from that, collective, that is following where you need to be, calling in your soulmate, right? So people be like, oh, well, Jesus hung out with, yeah, okay. Okay, but that didn't mean that he did as they did, necessarily. Understand what I'm saying? There's a point when association becomes, and it's like, you got to think about your own health in the situation, right? And if somebody turns a stone because they don't like your hairdo, right? You ever hear that phrase, stony face bitch? You're like, oh, they're attractive now? Huh? I thought they were just gonna be ugly. Like, I don't know what happens in the minds of some of folks. Do you understand what I'm saying, collective? But this dude right here is like laying down the law of like respect and stuff. Alexa, play I Am the Man Who Will Fight for Your Honor.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Alexa, play I'm the Man Who Will Fight for Your Honor on Amazon Music.
Glory of Love by Peter Cetera.
Glory of Love, Peter Cetera. Yeah, this is it. Peter Cetera was in Chicago, right? So, yeah. No wonder it's such a good song. It's a good song. Here we go. All right, collective. Let's get some better juju out of on the way out. Telling you, the Side of Pentacles. This is what I'm getting here. Sometimes I just forget, say things I might regret. It breaks my heart to see you crying. I don't want to lose you. I could never make it alone. I am the man who will fight for your honor. I'll be the hero you're dreaming of. We'll live forever. Look at this. Wheel of Fortune coming to you. Why? Because you're loving yourself first. Putting this stuff behind you. This could be rumors as well, collective. I'm just saying. Some people, they talk a lot, right? But they don't talk about what they do behind closed doors, do they? Okay, then. Do you know what I'm saying? Glory of Love is the name of that song. There's another Glory of Love song.
You say not now, it's too late. Now's not the time, it can wait.
Yeah, collective. Three of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. This is the one that you want to be working with, right? You're gonna know. You'll be like, how am I gonna know? How can I? You're gonna know. Okay?
Some things are hard to forget. It's time to do something.
Queen of Wands, yeah. What I was telling you about earlier. This is confirmation. Taking care of yourself, using that Cancerian energy to, you know, give yourself a little extra self-care, what you need to do. Again, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, both of these, King and Queen of Wands. You may have met your match with this person. But it's going to be a mutual attraction. Okay? Because this person understands how you shine, why you're lovable, right? Which, you know, we all deserve love, right? There's the big secret, right? Okay. All right. Yep. Again, 4 of Wands. So I feel like collective, a lot of you are just stepping into a place of happiness, especially coming into the holiday weekend. So, you know, let that continue. Okay, there's really no reason you can't reunite with the right people around you. Okay, yeah. So somebody else might be missing you out of that, but I think you're well on your way. Anyway. All right, everybody, thank you for joining today. Please do like the video if you've been in the chat. Remember, you do not have to be a subscriber in order to like the video. Until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye-bye.